The first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is water my garden. I feel so lucky to have this space. For the last 3 years, I lived in apartments without any place to grow food besides some small pots on my windowsills. My garden connects me to my neighbors. I often gift away the extra produce I don't need. Gardens are a source of pride for me and lots of others. We take progress pictures and admire how big our plants have gotten and worry when they get sick. Gardens are an experimental, social space for trying new things, connecting with loved ones and strangers, for learning about biology and food preservation and soil health. I believe that in the future, living spaces will be more condensed than they are now, but I still have hope for the future of gardens. When I was living in apartments, I had a plot in a community garden that was so lovely, and talking to others in adjacent plots felt like I was growing roots in my community right alongside my plants. The only thing that I didn't like about it was the commute, because I was working full-time and it was hard to get out there every day. But maybe in the future, we abolish the 40-hour work week and establish a universal basic income so more people can spend more time in the garden. Garden spaces can also be a more radical expression of community wants and needs. In her work, Critical Urban Gardening, Chiara Sotoma talks about growing food and flowers in any available city space as a way to demonstrate alternative land uses. In the 1970s, Liz Christie and the Green Guerrillas threw seed bombs into abandoned lots, planted sunflowers in meridians, and turned empty lots into community gardens. As climate change presses against the back of our minds just a little more each day, we turn to the soothing greenery, the interconnectedness, and the radical defiance of capitalism that growing food and giving it away for free brings. During the winter of the pandemic last year, I found myself dreaming of creating a beautiful space for myself to be outside in, to work in, to host and celebrate and nap in. Garden spaces create an oasis of beauty and growth and domestic gathering, especially in cities with more industrial architecture and infrastructure. Our eyes, minds, and hearts are drawn to green. It soothes the soul and fills the belly. In her work, The Garden as Occasional Domestic Space, Catherine Alexander writes, "Gardens present a nested series of life cycles within the domestic space, from annual plants to trees that may outlive whoever planted them. Creating and holding garden spaces as a priority provides educational, joyful arenas of work and play for young and old alike. Gardens humble us and remind us of intergenerational connectedness, the inevitable rotation of seasons, the life cycles of things we have grown from microscopic seed, and the strength of vines and roots to upend the things we think we know." Urban garden spaces are so important for the mental well-being, spirituality, and emotional security of human beings that every city must be designed with facilitating their growth in mind.